A pretty money-savvy guy once said, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." So you're ready to start saving for your kids' future. You already understand the power of compound interest over time, so you know the sooner you start, the better. So where should you be saving that money? Let's talk about perhaps the most powerful and least known savings vehicle for kids on the market, Indexed Universal Life, or IUL. IUL stands out against all other savings vehicles in one main area of strength: flexibility. Other financial vehicles lock you into what you can use your savings on, but an IUL can be a first car, a college education, a down payment on a house, a wedding. IUL cash value can be used however, whenever, and on whatever you choose. Plus, since it's built on a financial chassis of life insurance, your child is instantly covered with hundreds of thousands of dollars of permanent life insurance with living benefits, simply as a side benefit of utilizing IUL as your choice of savings vehicle. Now don't freak out, the fact that it's life insurance is actually a good thing. Life insurance cash value comes with a ton of unique side benefits, like your cash value being protected from market losses, cash value growing tax deferred and being accessible tax-free, protection from lawsuits, and IUL cash value is not considered in asset calculations when applying for student loans for college. So, what could one of these policies look like for your kiddo? Let's say you had a baby today, and to take maximum advantage of the power of compound interest over time, you immediately start socking away $100 per month into an IUL. Right away, your child is now covered with $371,000 of permanent life insurance coverage with living benefits. That's a pretty nice little side benefit. And that financial foundation you establish for them today will continue to grow with them over the years and be available throughout their lifetime for whatever they need or want to use it for. Plus, if they don't access that money, right around retirement, their IUL is conservatively projected to hit $1 million of cash value. And at age 65, they could turn on a tax-free income stream of $75,000 per year that will last them the rest of their lives, no matter how long they live. The point is, they have options. IUL is the most flexible savings vehicle for children on the market, and the best time to plant that seed is today. Seems like retirement planning used to be a lot simpler. Your parents and grandparents generally worked for the same company for their entire careers, and then upon retiring were paid a pension, which continued to provide them an annual income every year of their retirement, no matter how long they lived. Simple, right? These days, pensions are all but extinct, as the burden of retirement planning has shifted from the employers to the employees. Now that they're responsible for their own retirements, many workers are looking for ways to recreate the annual income stream that traditional pensions provided without having to worry about running out of money in retirement. For those folks, annuities are an attractive option. Annuities are an investment vehicle that generally offers safety from loss while providing the ability to grow money, which you'll annuitize at retirement, basically turning what you've accumulated into a lifelong income stream that is guaranteed to last as long as you do. There are two types of annuities: variable and fixed. In variable annuities, your principal is invested in the market and can grow or shrink depending on what the market does. This is a riskier type of annuity, as you can lose principal if the market drops, but you do have the potential for higher upside if performance is good. In a fixed annuity, your interest rate is set and will not change despite what the market does. This is the most conservative type of annuity with the most predictable results. You're guaranteed to never lose any principal, but growth will be relatively modest. There is a special type of fixed annuity which offers the best of both worlds: the safety of a traditional fixed annuity and the upside potential of a variable annuity. A fixed indexed annuity, or FIA, will credit interest based on the performance of a market like a variable annuity, but establish what is known as a ceiling and a floor to minimize risk. The floor is usually around 0% and will ensure that no principal is lost if the market goes down. In return for the safety of the floor, a ceiling would also be established that would limit the gains your money could be credited in any given period. Think of an indexed annuity as building your retirement skyscraper. When conditions are good, upward progress is made. There's no limit to how high you can build, only how much you can build in any given period. When conditions are bad, your construction may pause, but you won't lose any progress either. And when conditions improve, construction resumes. In a nutshell, the most important thing isn't how big a pile of money you can create before retirement, but the assurance of knowing that you'll never outlive that pile. That peace of mind is what annuities bring to the table that other retirement vehicles don't. Most insurance companies are required by their state's Department of Insurance to verify that the annuity you choose is suitable for your age, financial situation, and retirement goals. That being said, it is important to work with a financial advisor you trust. Not all annuities are created equal. contact a trusted financial professional to get the specifics and see if an annuity makes sense for you and your retirement plan. When it comes to retirement planning, there are three kinds of people. The guy who doesn't think about or plan for retirement, you don't want to be that guy. The gambler type who feels the only way to grow her money is to risk losing it all in the stock market, and the play it safe type who shudders at the thought of losing a single penny of his savings, even if it means sacrificing any opportunity for that money to grow. For years, retirement planning has been vastly limited to choices that fall on one side of the scale or the other. And so, money-savvy people tend to invest in 2, 3, 14, 50 different products in an attempt to balance the scale. But what if there was a way to capture the upside potential of a risky product and the downside protection of a secure product all in one solution? Well, hold on to your potatoes. Let's talk about IUL. Indexed Universal Life can harness the best parts of both sides of the financial seesaw. IUL is a form of permanent life insurance that, whoa, hang on. Life insurance has changed in the last 20 years. You know it as something that just pays out when you die. But these days, life insurance can actually be one of the most powerful wealth accumulating vehicles on the market. One huge benefit of IUL is the ability to harness the power of compound interest to potentially generate large amounts of non-taxable cash value within the policy. This cash value can be accessed later in life to fund a happy, healthy, non-taxable retirement. Your IUL's performance directly reflects the performance of the stock market index while implementing a 0% floor and a market cap, usually around 10%. So your cash value participates in the growth of the market up to the cap and sits safely on the sidelines when the market goes down. You forego some of the upside to alleviate all of the downside. So zero is your hero. With IUL, you won't spend a single day of your accrual making up for losses. Pretty cool, right? Well, it gets better. When designed properly, IUL can serve as a retirement vehicle based on a financial chassis of life insurance protection. And because of IRS tax code exemptions for life insurance, your cash value can create a tax-advantaged way to generate more income in retirement. That's something your 401k or IRA simply can't offer. So what might an IUL look like for you? Let's talk specifics. Larry here is in decent health, a non-smoker, and contributes $500 a month to his IUL starting at age 35. This contribution is conservatively projected to generate $500,000 of cash value by the time Larry retires at age 65. If he chooses to, Larry can turn on a non-taxable income stream from his IUL, giving him $60,000 of income per year to supplement his retirement. And the longer he waits to access this money, the larger it can grow. That death benefit is even accessible when Larry's still living if he suffers a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. So if Larry gets sick, he's covered. If he dies unexpectedly, his family is covered. And if neither of those things happen, the money Larry's paid into his IUL over the years can fund a happy, healthy, tax-advantaged retirement. Assuming Larry lives to age 90, he will have contributed a total of $186,000 into his IUL, drawn out $1.5 million in non-taxable retirement income, and still leave behind a very sizable tax-free death benefit for his heirs. The person who shared this video with you can show you what an IUL might look like for you given your specific age, health, contribution level, and retirement plans. Contact them today to get the specific numbers and see if IUL is a fit for you. A pretty money-savvy guy once said, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." So you're ready to start saving for your kids' future. You already understand the power of compound interest over time, so you know the sooner you start, the better. So where should you be saving that money? Let's talk about perhaps the most powerful and least known savings vehicle for kids on the market, Indexed Universal Life, or IUL. IUL stands out against all other savings vehicles in one main area of strength: flexibility. Other financial vehicles lock you into what you can use your savings on, but an IUL can be a first car, a college education, a down payment on a house, a wedding. IUL cash value can be used however, whenever, and on whatever you choose. Plus, since it's built on a financial chassis of life insurance, your child is instantly covered with hundreds of thousands of dollars of permanent life insurance with living benefits, simply as a side benefit of utilizing IUL as your choice of savings vehicle. Now don't freak out, the fact that it's life insurance is actually a good thing. Life insurance cash value comes with a ton of unique side benefits, like your cash value being protected from market losses, cash value growing tax deferred and being accessible tax-free, protection from lawsuits, and IUL cash value is not considered in asset calculations when applying for student loans for college. So, what could one of these policies look like for your kiddo? Let's say you had a baby today, and to take maximum advantage of the power of compound interest over time, you immediately start socking away $100 per month into an IUL. Right away, your child is now covered with $371,000 of permanent life insurance coverage with living benefits. That's a pretty nice little side benefit. And that financial foundation you establish for them today will continue to grow with them over the years and be available throughout their lifetime for whatever they need or want to use it for. Plus, if they don't access that money, right around retirement, their IUL is conservatively projected to hit $1 million of cash value. And at age 65, they could turn on a tax-free income stream of $75,000 per year that will last them the rest of their lives, no matter how long they live. The point is, they have options. IUL is the most flexible savings vehicle for children on the market, and the best time to plant that seed is today.
On July 8, 2022, our little princesses and our sister Lo Shannon were involved in an automobile accident. Luckily, they escaped with minor injuries.
What would have happened if either of them were severely injured and needed extensive medical treatment, long-term care, or even the loss of a life?
Our little princesses mean the world to our family. Finances are the last thing a family should have to worry about during the time of an emergency. Our children are priceless and irreplaceable. We spend a lot of time and money providing for our children. They are an investment in our future. Life is going to happen. Are you making sure your future investments are covered? For a small investment per month, you can responsibly cover and protect your priceless gifts against any emergency, big or small. You, as the responsible parent, can also secure your children's financial future by acting now, while you are still young and in good health. For the cost of a cup of coffee, or going to McDonald's, you can not only protect yourself from the cost of an emergency, but you can leave a lasting benefit for your children and their children's children. Everyone needs living benefits. If you don't know what living benefits are, please make an appointment to sit down with me or Roy to make sure you are educated on what living benefits are and how important it is for your family to have. Your family is priceless. Let's make sure you and your family are prepared for life. No amount of money could ever cover the loss of someone you love. But access to money in the time of an emergency allows you to breathe a little as you deal with that emergency. Our parents never got it because they were never told about living benefits. You don't have an excuse. For more information, contact David or Roy. Or visit our webpage at davidprice-5ringsfinancial.com.
A pretty money-savvy guy once said, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." So you're ready to start saving for your kids' future. You already understand the power of compound interest over time, so you know the sooner you start, the better. So where should you be saving that money? Let's talk about perhaps the most powerful and least known savings vehicle for kids on the market, Indexed Universal Life, or IUL. IUL stands out against all other savings vehicles in one main area of strength: flexibility. Other financial vehicles lock you into what you can use your savings on, but an IUL can be a first car, a college education, a down payment on a house, a wedding. IUL cash value can be used however, whenever, and on whatever you choose. Plus, since it's built on a financial chassis of life insurance, your child is instantly covered with hundreds of thousands of dollars of permanent life insurance with living benefits, simply as a side benefit of utilizing IUL as your choice of savings vehicle. Now don't freak out, the fact that it's life insurance is actually a good thing. Life insurance cash value comes with a ton of unique side benefits, like your cash value being protected from market losses, cash value growing tax deferred and being accessible tax-free, protection from lawsuits, and IUL cash value is not considered in asset calculations when applying for student loans for college. So, what could one of these policies look like for your kiddo? Let's say you had a baby today, and to take maximum advantage of the power of compound interest over time, you immediately start socking away $100 per month into an IUL. Right away, your child is now covered with $371,000 of permanent life insurance coverage with living benefits. That's a pretty nice little side benefit. And that financial foundation you establish for them today will continue to grow with them over the years and be available throughout their lifetime for whatever they need or want to use it for. Plus, if they don't access that money, right around retirement, their IUL is conservatively projected to hit $1 million of cash value. And at age 65, they could turn on a tax-free income stream of $75,000 per year that will last them the rest of their lives, no matter how long they live. The point is, they have options. IUL is the most flexible savings vehicle for children on the market, and the best time to plant that seed is today.
For more information, contact David or Roy. Or visit our webpage at davidprice-5ringsfinancial.com.
When Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876, he designed it to do one thing: make phone calls.
Hello?
These days, it seems we use our phones for everything but phone calls. Today's phones are our text messengers, calculators, books, planners, navigators, our cameras, music players, internet browsers, stock traders, even our flashlights. Phones evolved to include so many other useful features because we needed them to, yet we still just call them phones. This same evolution by necessity has happened with other products over the years, and life insurance is no exception. When life insurance was invented way back in the 1600s, it was also designed to do one thing: to financially protect your loved ones when your life is over. And like phones, life insurance evolved because we needed it to. With modern advancements in medicine, suffering a critical illness like a heart attack, stroke, or cancer diagnosis no longer necessarily means death. In fact, 90% of people who suffer a heart attack these days survive that event. That's where the new, evolved kind of life insurance policy comes in, one that adds living benefits. Living benefits policies are essentially the smartphones of life insurance. They allow your life insurance policy to not just be a parting gift, but also provide the ability to accelerate the death benefit if you suffer a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. This ability can help save your financial life by unlocking a whole new list of ways to use your policy while you're still living.
Hello?
And oftentimes, it does all of this at the same price as the old kind of life insurance. Living benefits protect you, your loved ones, and your wallet, not only in case you die, but also in case you don't. Two things always happen when you suffer a critical or chronic illness. Your expenses go up and your income goes down. When your expenses get higher than your income, that's when debt begins to pile up. This is the exact trap that so many Americans are falling into every single day. In fact, 60% of all bankruptcies that occur in the U.S. are the direct result of a critical illness and the medical expenses that follow. With living benefits, the policyholder has the option to accelerate a portion of their death benefit to replace their income and help with those added expenses. These benefits are the difference between just surviving the illness and having a life afterwards. And the best part is, they come at no extra cost to the consumer. So what kind of life insurance is protecting your family? Your granddad's traditional death benefit only coverage?
I don't know if I'm hearing anything.
Or the new evolved life insurance with built-in living benefits? If you're still using the rotary phone of life insurance, maybe it's time for an upgrade.
For more information, contact David or Roy. Or visit our webpage at davidprice-5ringsfinancial.com.
I want you to imagine for a second that you just bought a new home, and when you were moving into this new home, you discovered a magical money-making machine in your new basement or garage, right? And just for the purposes of this exercise, let's assume this was perfectly legal and you weren't breaking any laws by possessing such a machine, all right? Now, this machine automatically prints cash money all day long. And at the end of every single month, like clockwork, it always produces exactly the amount of your new monthly mortgage payment so that you can pay that bill on that beautiful new house of yours, right? It's truly a wonderful machine, and you have the only one. Lucky duck you, all right? So, depending on your mortgage amount, this machine is printing somewhere between $40 and $75 per day for your mortgage payments. Now, let's say that just for one of those dollars per day that's coming out of this machine, you have the option of taking out an insurance policy on this machine that would replace that machine's cash output in case it broke down. So, if the machine breaks temporarily and needs repairs, the insurance will kick in to make those monthly mortgage payments every month until the machine is fixed. And if the machine breaks permanently and can't be fixed, the insurance instantly pays off the entire balance of the mortgage. It just makes good money sense to spend $1 per day protecting that entire stream of $40 to $75 of income each day, right? You feel pretty silly if you decline that insurance and that machine inevitably broke down, right? Now, here is what I'm here to tell you. If you work for a living and you bring home a paycheck, you are that money-making, mortgage-paying machine in that example, right? And if you break down with a major illness or an injury like cancer, or heart attack, stroke, something like that, and you can't generate that mortgage money for several months, you better hope you took out that insurance policy that will replace your income until your money-making ability is restored, right? This coverage exists. It's called mortgage protection with living benefits. And if you have a mortgage, it is absolutely crucial to own on every money-making machine in your financial household. So click the button to learn more, and let's get that money-making machine protected. Would you buy a new car knowing it didn't come with airbags? How about seatbelts? Headlights? Brakes? Of course not. These are safety features that have become standard and should be expected to be included in the purchase of any new car. Like those important safety features in your car, living benefits are absolutely crucial features that should come included in any life insurance plan you own. They ensure that you can get your hands on money from your policy while you're still alive if you need it. However, most life insurance policies do not automatically include these living benefits features, even though they don't cost anything to add. That's why it's so important for you to know to ask for them by name and make sure that they are included on any coverage you might be considering or already own. Like airbags, living benefits can save your life and should be expected to come standard on any modern life insurance policy. Talk to the person who shared this video with you to make sure that living benefits are included with your coverage. If your money is in traditional investments, your nest egg has taken quite a ride already, and the future is uncertain. A lot of Americans are worried about their nest egg surviving this roller coaster ride, and even the most thrill-seeking adrenaline junkies don't want their financial futures going through these same ups and downs. After all, hairpin turns and stomach-churning drops are fun on roller coasters, but not so much in your financial portfolio. The ups and downs themselves can be enough to make one want to get off the ride altogether. If you're one of those people, there is a solution. Index products are built less like a roller coaster and more like an escalator. It still gets you where you want to go, but just on a much less turbulent ride. And with index products, there's generally a 0% floor, meaning your nest egg won't lose a dime when the market goes down. These drops in the market may halt your gains, but you'll never lose your progress. And then, when the market returns, your upward progress continues. If you're ready to get off the retirement roller coaster and onto something a little more stable, reach out. We'll help you see what an index product might look like for you.
All right, I'm gonna say something might strike you as a little bit controversial. Some of you might take it the wrong way. I hope you don't. I mean this all in love, all right? Go fund me. I see these things all over Facebook. I'm sure you do every day. These are horrible stories. A single father who got an unexpected cancer diagnosis and now he's going to be out of work for months. A mother of 4 who was in a terrible car accident and now she needs help. She needs your help. She needs help from friends and family and complete strangers to keep the family financially whole. These stories break my heart, just like I'm sure they do you. And of course, I do what many of you probably do, which is give what I can and send my condolences and, hope for the best for that family. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is something other than GoFundMe. How about go fund yourself? Let me explain. You don't ever have to be in that horrible situation of asking strangers for charity. There are new kinds of life insurance that my company specializes in. Life insurance with living benefits. Me, for example, I have $1 million life insurance policy with living benefits. Now that's gonna make sure my family gets $1 million if I pass away, just like any life insurance would. But the thing that makes it special is if I get a cancer diagnosis, if I get a heart attack, a stroke, something like that, my family is going to be able to get hundreds of thousands of dollars from that policy. I'm gonna be accelerating that money while I'm still alive. I will never be in a situation where I have to be asking for money from other people to keep my family financially whole. The way I see it is, that's my family, that's my responsibility. That's why I have a plan in case something like that happens. You should have a plan too. It's easy and you'd be shocked at how cheap it can actually be. All right, Facebook, so if you own life insurance or will ever own life insurance, you're gonna wanna listen up. This is really, really important, all right? Most people know about the old kind of life insurance, basically death insurance, right? It's very simple, very important coverage to have if you have loved ones that rely on your income, which is basically everyone who has a job and a family, right? But there is a new kind of life insurance that is just objectively better in all ways possible. You probably don't know about it yet. The vast majority of people don't. Now, this new kind functions exactly the way the old kind did in the way that it pays out if you die. There's no difference whatsoever, and it also costs the same as the old kind, right? So it does all the things the old kind does and costs the same. But this new kind of life insurance comes with the ability for you to access that death benefit while you're still alive if you get seriously sick or injured. So cancer, heart attack, stroke, major organ transplant, blindness, paralysis, coma, kidney failure. There's a long list of triggering conditions that would instantly put hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially in your hands when you need it most. Now, this crucial new feature could save you from medical bankruptcy if you're ever in, God forbid, like a bad car accident, or if you suffer an unexpected diagnosis, or maybe even help you pay for life-saving new experimental treatments that your health insurance might not cover. And I can't stress this part enough. It doesn't cost more than the old kind that would only pay out if you're dead, right? Now, this new kind of life insurance is here, and it costs the same as the old kind. Literally, the only reason now to own the old kind is if you didn't know that this new kind exists. And Now you do, right? So if you already have life insurance, click below to get it updated to the new kind with living benefits. And if you don't have life insurance yet, what are you doing? You need life insurance. It's quick, it's easy, and you would be shocked at how inexpensive it can actually be. The future of America is expensive, and the government is looking to you to pay for it. The federal government levies a death tax, which is a 40% tax on value above a certain threshold. Now at the moment, that threshold sits right around $12 million, so high that 99.9% of estates are unaffected. But with the national debt continuing to climb, the government needs to generate more income. Lowering the estate tax threshold and expanding the death tax is a likely route they could take. If this sounds crazy to you, keep in mind, that threshold was as low as $1 million as recently as 2002. The death tax must be paid within 9 months of the date of death, so oftentimes heirs are forced to panic sell assets belonging to the deceased in a fire sale to pay the tax. Now keep in mind, we're just talking federal estate taxes for the purposes of this video. Many states have their own state estate taxes that would be levied in addition to the federal death tax. So in this environment, it would be wise to assume you will have an estate tax problem and address it rather than pretend it will go away. There are exactly 3 ways to address your estate tax problem. Number 1, give your assets away. There are many gifting strategies to move assets out of your taxable estate and into the hands of outside parties. Family, friends, a favorite university, charities, and foundations, for example. Number 2, spend it. You've got money to burn, so get to burning it. Buying cars, cruises, and other depreciating and value-wasting items is one way to minimize your estate and reduce any future estate taxes you'll owe. Number 3, insure it. Rather than spending money like crazy or just giving all of your hard-earned assets away, you can utilize a life insurance policy that will pay out enough to take care of that tax bill upon your death. This strategy turns pennies into dollars and lets a life insurance company pay your estate tax bill for you. Many people don't know that life insurance is by itself subject to the death tax. That means that if you have a $1 million policy and a taxable estate, your beneficiaries could owe $400,000 from that policy back to the government in estate tax. So, to take proper and full advantage of this life insurance strategy, the insurance policy must be set up in a way that does not include the policy in your estate. This is where an irrevocable life insurance trust, or ILIT, comes into play. An ILIT sets up a trust outside of your estate that will own, pay for, and be the beneficiary of a life insurance policy on your life. Now, an ILIT is not simple to set up, and you will need the help of a skilled estate planning attorney to execute this strategy. But when executed properly, an ILIT can save your loved ones and heirs millions of dollars in death taxes and ensure that the legacy you've worked so hard to build is passed on in the most efficient, cost-effective manner possible. What is a buy-sell agreement and why is it so important? A buy-sell agreement is a contract that business partners enter into that determines how things are going to play out if certain adverse events occur during that business partnership, basically expecting and planning for the unexpected. So a buy-sell, also known as a buyout agreement, a business will, or a business prenup, is an agreement business owners come to when things are good to determine what will happen if things go bad. This is a document that's written up by a lawyer that creates predetermined courses of action in a variety of common scenarios known as the 5 Ds: death, disability, divorce, disagreement, and default. These 5 Ds have the potential to be detrimental to a business, and the last thing a business owner wants is for one of these situations to occur without a predetermined plan in place. And just like having a personal will, having a buy-sell agreement in place ahead of time is so important because it provides an agreed-upon process by which the business ownership will be valued and transferred. There are 3 main questions a business owner has to ask themselves. Number 1, do I have a buy-sell agreement? Number 2, is it up to date? And number 3, is it fully funded? Now, what do we mean by fully funded? Well, let's say you and your business partner agreed to buy each other out for $1 million if the other one dies. All right, so where's that $1 million going to come from?
Now, the cheapest and therefore most preferable way to fund a buy-sell agreement is through life insurance if you can qualify. Now, if not, there are other options to fund a buy-sell like financing and bank loans, but those need to be spelled out in the agreement as well. A little bit of planning now will ensure the future success of the business that you've worked so hard to build. Answer this question honestly. Do you love what you do for a living? Are you 100% satisfied in your current job? Do you feel like you're fulfilling a deeper purpose in life and helping people while you do so? If you answered yes to all of these questions, congratulations. This video is not for you. Feel free to move along. For the rest of you, don't feel too bad. Only 33% of workers say they are satisfied with their current job, and only 12% love what they do. You're not alone. But that doesn't mean you should be content in your current situation. So what kind of job would be ideal for you? Something that could be full-time or part-time and could be done from the home or an office? Would this job provide unlimited earning potential so that the harder you work, the more income you receive? In this position, would you be your own boss and control your own schedule? Imagine for a second that a job exists with all of these characteristics. Now, this job involves helping people choose the right doohickey for them. Now, these doohickeys are in high demand. 40 million Americans want to buy one within the next year. 91 million don't own one yet. Virtually every expert agrees that it's in every American's best interest to own a doohickey. Everyone needs this doohickey. Problem is, there aren't enough doohickey distributors in the workforce to make sure everyone gets one. Only 17% of those 40 million people who want to purchase in the next year will actually be seen by a licensed doohickey distributing professional. Do I have your attention yet? Would you like to know what job opportunity has all of these advantages combined with enormous income potential and the ability to help people? The industry is financial services. That doohickey that's so in demand in our example, that's life insurance. Don't worry, this ain't your granddad's life insurance. What you'll be promoting is the new kind of life insurance. Groundbreaking types of policies that pay out benefits while you're still living if you get sick, or utilize the power of compound interest to fund a tax-free retirement. Didn't know life insurance could do those things? Your clients won't either. You'll be showing them exciting new ideas and concepts that they've never seen before and never knew existed. With the state of today's economy and more families than ever needing two incomes to function, the need for life insurance to protect families from the loss of those incomes is higher than ever. We have the tools and the system you need to excel in your new adventure, and we've got the track record to prove it. If you are truly serious about a new career, we have the expertise to make sure you reach your goals. So what are those goals? Are you looking to make a big career change and work full-time? Are you just looking for a little supplemental income in your spare time? Maybe you're recently retired and are interested in an exciting new encore career. Let's talk. Call or visit our website to take control of your future.
Are you one of our heroes? Are you looking for additional income? I am David Price, and I am inviting you to come out to see what educating our heroes looks like. On July the 11th, you will have an opportunity to come and see firsthand how educating our heroes can gain you an extra stream of income monthly, either on a part-time basis just to try our company out. The company I work for is one of the fastest growing companies in our industry. We present several workshops all over the United States every month, in person and online. In these workshops, we tackle the educational problem throughout our nation and the lack thereof. It is an interactive workshop for all to participate in, as we learn together why the rich gets richer and the middle class continues to lose money. We discuss why the middle class workers are finding themselves worse off than they were, even before the pandemic. We all agree, the lack of education will be our downfall. It's important to get educated about your health, and how making a sound decision now while you are in good health can make a huge financial difference in your family's future. What they aren't telling you is, you are worth millions while you are in good health. And, if you plan right now while you are in good health, you will be okay financially when life happens. Once life happens, it's possible you could get diagnosed with some type of medical situation. A heart attack, a stroke, hypertension, cancer diagnosis and more. Well, we are here to educate you on tools the wealthy use to keep them in the game. There are 3 things that are inevitable in life. Things that will affect you and your family's finances. You will become ill, and your finances will take a hit. You may need medical treatment that your insurance won't cover. You may become terminally ill, and the long-term care cost, or short-term care cost, could take a toll on your financial savings, leaving your family in a mountain of debt. Or, you die too soon, and you never took the time to have that what-if conversation with your family. What if neither situation happens, and you make it to retirement? Were you educated properly on tax-free retirement strategies, compounding interest, and the $1 million access you have? Were you properly educated about setting your children up, so that by the time they reach their 40s, they could be financially well off? And, did you know that you could get paid by our company for helping to educate our heroes in our communities, by inviting them to our free dinner workshops, and sharing our workshop information with them? Well, there is only a couple of steps you need to take. First, come to one of our workshops. The dates and times will always be posted a week in advance. Secondly, scan our QR code with your phone and schedule an interview with me or my team. We are looking for self-motivated go-getters. Most of our go-getters would have already attended one of our 1-hour workshops, so we know in advance that they are already ahead of the game. Visit our website at davidprice-5ringsfinancial.com for more details and information about our company. Or, find us on Facebook. We'll see you at our next workshop.